Coach Jennings, head baseball coach here at Ohatchee High School.
I'm Devin Howell. I'm a sophomore.
Connor Basel, I'm a senior.
And Trey Pesnell, senior.
Brett Honecker, junior.
Coach, I want to start back with you. Here at Ohatchee, man, you guys got it rolling. Seems like in all sports, baseball is no different than that. You guys are ranked right now, doing really well. Coach, last year, let's take it back to last year. I've been starting off every interview like this and got a different answer from everybody. When the word come down from the state that you had to shut spring sports down, I know it had to be tough on you not being able to do what you love to do, but talk about those seniors last year that didn't get to finish their season, also some of these gentlemen sitting beside you, and how disappointing that was.
Right. It was with those guys when they left, you know, Cade Williams, Blake Ogle. Those seniors we had last year were some great guys, you know, and we finished the year 8-6, and we have to go home that day, and it was just kind of, it didn't feel real. You know, it didn't feel real at all. And then, you know, it's kind of like I told the boys at that time, it's tough. It's tough times. Don't let it define you, you know, and we'll make it through it. We'll figure out a way. And at that time, it was, you know, I was telling the boys at that time, it's all about our health, our safety, and all that. And now we see over a year now, we're a year and a week past it. And over 500,000 people died from it. So we shut it down, you know. It was tough. It's like I told these guys at the beginning of the year, don't take anything for granted because, again, it can be taken away from you at any moment, and it showed us that last year. And I think we as a team have done a pretty good job of that this year of every game. You know, we just got after it.
No doubt. Same question to you. You're a sophomore, though. Was you on varsity last year as well?
Yes, sir.
What's it like, you know, seeing those seniors lose their senior season, and then obviously you lost your season playing a game you love?
It hurts a lot just seeing them guys not be able to finish something they love and having to go home early and just not being able to play with us again and not being able to do it again and just having to leave.
Same question.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty sad because we were all friends with all the seniors and we played football with them and just had a bond with them, and then seeing them go out and not finished and have to go home, pretty sad.
Pretty bad.
It was pretty tough because, like you said, we played football with them, just hung out all the time and had a friendship. And it was sad just to see them not be able to play the game they love at home early.
Just the same way. And this is my first year here, but my old school, you know, you felt bad for those guys. They missed out.
No doubt.
Just hated to see it.
We'll start right back with you. This is another question I like to ask. What have you done, you know, once it got shut down, you know, up until now? I mean, obviously you guys play other sports, but to kind of keep your baseball skills sharpened, what have you got to do in this off season during all this to stay, you know, on top of your game?
Well, I was fortunate enough to be able to play travel ball this summer. You know, they let us do that. So almost every weekend we were out at some tournament. And even some days during the week, I'd go out and just hit off the tee somewhere. Just get some work in.
There we go.
Just come up to the cages, get cuts in, maybe throw a little bit, and just keep working.
Just go out in the yard with some friends and throw around and get a bat out there and hit some ground balls and go up to the cage because it's always open. You just gotta bring some balls in the bat.
Show some initiative.
I was also fortunate enough to play travel ball and go out, play every weekend, go to places. But I'd also go to the cage like during the week, after workouts and stuff, go out in my yard, hit baseballs, throw with my dad. I do anything I could just to stay active.
There you go. Coach, now on your end of things, and I love asking coaches this, it's, you know, the whole COVID situation's changed everything, how you prepare, like I asked Coach earlier, Coach Padula. Has it made your job more difficult, or is it just something you've kind of adapted to? And I know you went through it with football, but how is your training different?
I just think it's something that you adapt to because the whole world's had to live with it. And it's kind of not just, I know it's not something, it's kind of what I tell the boys. We're not the only ones going through it, so we got to figure it out. And we'll do what, you know, we'll figure out what's best for us, and we'll make it work that way. This summer, these guys, you asked them that question, we brought them up here the whole month of June. We would just play inter-squad games against each other for the whole month of June to get it in. Because, you know, not all of them play travel ball. We got 3 or 4 that play travel ball that play a lot of games. But when you have 14 games in a season, where we've already played 12 so far, and we hope to play nearly 30, you lose a lot. The biggest thing that has been that has hurt us as coaches, to me, is even the younger guys. When I'm at practice and I ask a 7th grader a question about the game, and he can't answer me, I'm like, well, how do you not know that, man? You played baseball for a long time. And then he says, well, coach, they didn't let me play last year. And I'm like, man. And I forget that sometimes as a coach from young guys, from 7th and 8th graders who maybe don't know the game as well because they haven't learned it yet from us as coaches. And all they've ever played is Little League. And they didn't get to do Little League last year. That has been, to me, has been the hardest thing this year for our younger guys, more so than for these older guys. Because they practice together just like we do in football. It makes it tough. It can make practice tough because they're not quite there yet. And so just having to coach a little bit more and tell them everything. Assume they know nothing.
And Coach, we talked about this off the camera. You guys have a mantra you guys got go by here. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, and one thing we've done on these guys this year is we started a little book study with them. We're nearly done with it. But the name of the book is called In a Pit with a Line on a Snowy Day. And Guy wrote it from Mark Batterson. But it's all about chasing the line is what it is. And so in the book of Samuel, Benaiah chases a line into a pit on a snowy day. And he didn't run from it. He didn't run from his obstacles. He didn't run from his opportunities that he had. He just kept going. He kept chasing it. And that's one thing we try to do with these guys. And with that, it shows you that opportunity is there for us. Opportunity is rewarding. That's kind of part of the book too. What are we going to do? How are we going to go through some of the obstacles we may be facing? We're going to go around them. We're going to go through them. And and that's one thing these guys have taken to heart. We're 9-3. We've lost 3 baseball games. We lost one 6-4. We lost one in 8 innings, and then we lost a game 9-2 one night just because it was just baseball. We hit it at them. They didn't hit it at us. They scored the runs. As we go throughout the year, I hope it continues for us to build on that. And it's just every day, man, chase the line. Are you going to chase the line, or what are line chasers going to do? They're going to get after it, or are they going to lay down? What are you going to do as a player for your team? And that's the biggest thing, us coming together. And I got a group of 13 boys that probably have the strongest bond of any team I've ever had, and that's what makes it so much fun to coach.
Absolutely. Now, guys, I want to ask you individually, what does that mean? What Coach just described doing that book study, how has that kind of changed your life and your mindset approaching this game?
I feel like it's changed my life. Kind of like when I see an opportunity, it makes me want to go for it more instead of just sitting back and waiting for other people to do it first. And it kind of just makes me want to push harder and harder to do certain things.
We're talking about like asking a girl for prom or something? I'm just kidding. Good.
I think it just really opens your eyes to show you how options and obstacles can just better yourself and make you a better person and guide you into a different way that might be harder to do, but it'll be better in the long run. And I just think that's a good thing to know for everyday life, and just know that every day, even if it's hard one day, that if you get over it, the next day might be even better.
It's a great way to look at it.
Makes you look at things differently. If you see an obstacle, don't back away from it. Overcome that obstacle and do what you need to do.
I'm liking this.
Just opportunity comes, take it.
No doubt. Hey, what I like about it, Coach, different message from each guy. You know what I'm saying?
One thing this year, I hate to interrupt you,
No,
but
you're
we
good.
have a baseball jersey this year, a brand new jersey, and it says Tribe on it. There's more behind that. I know you hear us say Roll Tribe all the time at the games, like at football games. You get a first down, they scream Roll Tribe, just like they do at Alabama with the Roll Tide thing. But to me, the tribe is all about family. That's what Ohatchee is. And there may be some obstacles that have come up that I think are going to make us come together even more and not let other things affect how we play the game, how we carry ourselves in school, and things like that. And that's why I like that. Boys love the jersey. It looks good. But to me, that's what the jersey means. It's tribe, man. It's just what Ohatchee is. It's Ohatchee. I've been here 10 years, and it truly is a family. That's what it is.
I like that. Let me ask you guys individually a question. We're going to start back over here. What's it mean for Coach? You know, not saying you guys are the best or whatever, but he definitely thinks you guys are some sort of leadership role, or he wouldn't ask you for to come down here. What does it mean for you to know that Coach looks at you as a leader on this team to bring you in here to do this interview?
Well, I just try to go out there and just help when I can. Try to help the younger guys. And
You've only been here a year.
yes, sir.
He does an unbelievable job helping these young kids too.
He's gained their respect in less than a year's time.
Thankful and like if somebody like makes a bad play or misses the ground ball, just keep them up and tell them they get the next one. If they strike out, you're good. You can get it next time.
No doubt.
I think it's like an honor kind of that he notices that we don't just do it for ourselves. We also go and help the little kids and like show them the way. And then if somebody's down, just pick them up and make them like just feel better and just know that next time around you'll do better. And I think he thinks a lot of us.
That's awesome. And you being a sophomore still looked at as the leader. Let's hear it, brother.
It feels like a great honor to be here and just know that he looks at me like a leader and that he trusts me to do things and get the job done and helps and looks at me and knows that I'm going to help my other teammates pick them up when they do something wrong or just be there.
What have you learned from these seniors
I've learned a lot. Just
besides cool haircuts?
I've learned a lot by just being around them, how to become a team player, build a better bond, and just play the game.
No doubt. Coach, who's your class clown? Who keeps it fun in the dugout?
Coach Henderson.
So you got a coach at
At practice. At
I
practice.
got
Coach
you.
Henderson.
At practice.
In the games, JP, Justin Powell,
Gotcha.
he cracks me up during
We
the
love-
game.
we
We'll be
love
up
hearing
there.
these
I'll be
stories.
coaching third base, and they like to have a lot of fun. They like to have a lot of fun during the games, and it cracks me up to no end when I hear JP scream. He screams baseball, and he's one.
Is he the one in the crowd that ever so often would just yell football?
Yeah, that's it.
I told you, I said that cracks
On the
me up.
sideline.
I said
Yeah.
it cracks me up.
Yeah. So JP probably during the game, he likes to keep it, he does a good job just staying even keel, and a lot of times he's really done a good job of that this year, JP has. But at practice, Coach Henderson can goof off. Coach T and Coach Benji, those two guys
Keeps
really
it fun,
goof
though,
off.
don't
Yeah, you got to. Baseball's meant to be fun. Think about Sandlot.
Do y'all? Yeah, exactly. Do you guys have rally hats, rally caps?
I hadn't seen them do it over in the dugout.
Y'all are never losing, so no need for them. Huh?
We done it one time at Saks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
You got a
That was
pretty good,
probably, I can't remember who got y'all doing that, but yeah.
you got a pretty good chatter gang.
Hey, dude,
So.
we always try to tell them, every pitch, man, do something.
What's the guy's name, Josh? The super fan from the swamp or whatever.
Swamp Fox.
Does he come to baseball games?
We haven't heard him.
God,
Yeah, we hadn't heard him.
I got to experience that at a football game.
Yeah.
Coach Martin was like, "Whew, man, you'll know it when you hear him."
Yeah.
Man, I'd like to hear that, dude. But now, let me ask you this, Coach. Talking about that crowd, now, they are some loyal, passionate fans here in Ohatchee.
Mhm.
What's the atmosphere like at your baseball games?
Yeah, we usually have a pretty good crowd. If it feels great outside, we got a good crowd. They're into the game.
Good.
Most of our fans do a good job with the umpires. It's a good atmosphere. Now, you do have your nights when it's, 35 degrees, not near spitting rain and everything's soaking wet. But for the most part, it's a great crowd. They love everything about Ohatchee. Everything, and they're sports.
Coach, from the standpoint of where you guys are going, do you think you're on pace right now or a little bit behind the 8 ball, or where do you think you are as a team right now at the moment?
For our guys right now, we're 9-3. Probably the best start we've ever had since I've been here. And this is my 10th year at Ohatchee, my 8th year as a head baseball coach. We've had some teams win a lot of games. Like I said earlier, it feels different because they got a group of guys that play together, that do everything for each other, and just keep playing hard every day and see what happens. You know, we got an area coming up, starting March 30th, start with Piedmont, then we have Glencoe and Pleasant Valley. Tough area. You got 3 really good teams. You know, those 3 teams are really good and respect everything they do, but we'll go to work and we get to play them and hope for the best.
I'm gonna ask each one of you guys this question. As a leader, we'll start over here. As a leader of this team, my friend, what are you gonna do personally to make this team as best it could possibly be this season?
Just lead by example.
Continue
Yeah,
leading
just-
by example.
Just, you know, if someone's down, encourage them to get up. They make an error, help them. You know, try to help, like, any way I can, try to help somebody.
You don't threaten them. You look like a pretty big dude.
Not lacking at practice, like not going
There you go.
100%.
I like that. So no matter who's looking, you're going 100%.
Yeah.
I like
Keep
that.
them up.
No doubt.
Just kind of hold to a high standard and just talk to them and just tell them that, like, hey, I know that you ain't really giving it all because I know you're better than this. And
There
just
you go.
keep them up and just try to just show them that we can be a good team and be a good outcome in the end.
Mr. Sophomore, what you got for me?
Just encourage them constantly, telling them that they can be better than what they're doing right now, and that even though if they're having a bad day, not doing the best they can, it's always going to be better if they just keep working hard.
That's one thing these guys have done a great job of. Baseball's a game of failure. We all know it. You major league guys that hit 300 and, you know, and they get in the Hall of Fame. It's a game of failure, and these guys right here have done a great job this year of saying, hey, all right, get the next pitch. You know,
Coach, the accountability, self-accountability, you got to love hearing that as a
Oh, yeah.
coach.
It fires me up just sitting here with y'all,
Heck yeah.
listening to these guys talk. You
You're a
know.
defensive coordinator too, so you're fired up different than most people's fired
That's
up.
right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's one thing. Like I can get fired up on the football field, but tell these guys, you know, we go to baseball. Baseball's so different. You can't get emotional playing this game because this game's going to defeat you. It's a game within a game.
That's right.
And if you get emotional playing baseball, it's not going to end up well for you. And so that's why you may see me on the football field and I'm fired up for our guys. I'm jumping up and down, you know. But baseball, I try to be as calm, cool, and collected as I can be with these guys because at the end of the day, and I tell this to them all the time. You know, when we go to practice, we got 120 minutes of practice. That's what we're going to get. You're going to give me 2 hours. And practice is for us and the coaches and for y'all to get better. But the games are for them. I can't do it. They're
Coach,
the ones that are swinging and throwing.
I want to ask you this before we shut this video down. You're obviously a great teacher. Everybody we've heard to, talked to has told us good things about you, the way you coach and teach and carry yourself. How much of being coached under Larry Ginn have you took and put down into these guys? How much has that helped you in your career being coached by a coach like that?
I played for Coach Ginn at Alexandria. Football, 9 through 12 on the varsity team. We won a lot of football games. But at the end of the day, it isn't about the football games that you remember. It's the lessons that Coach Ginn taught you. It's also the lessons that, I don't know if you guys have talked to Coach Andy Shaw over there. He was my baseball coach. He put me in the game. I started for him as a freshman on the varsity baseball team from freshman through senior year. And you learn more about the life lessons from those guys. That's what you remember the most. And I've tried to take that to these guys, what I learned from them, what I've learned from my parents, and what I've learned here under Mr. Tittle and Coach Martin. Those 2 guys have taught me a lot. And if we can instill that in those guys and they want to come back in 10 years and remember the camaraderie and the team, the team effort we had, that'll mean more to me down the road than it will be if we win a state championship.
Well, Coach, I'm going to be honest with you. Just hearing their responses off the book study you guys are doing, I think that's happening right now. Just
Yes,
commend you on that. Guys, it's been great having you guys sit in. We're going to have this video up in a couple of days, and I appreciate you having us out here at Ohatchee, and you guys, good luck going forward.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.